Yeah. So first of all, welcome you all to this very highly specialized session for analysis of daily current affairs, which I will be taking up primarily from the newspaper called as Hindu. So before I begin, 10 to 15 minutes, I will be concentrating as to why this is so important, why you should focus on newspaper reading, and what all things I will give you from my end, and what all things are expected from your end that you should do it on a daily basis. Okay. So if you ask maximum number of participants कि आप लोगों ने पेपर पढ़ा है क्या, have you gone through papers, so the top 100 200 people will say you don't have to go to newspapers. Okay, आपको न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने की बिल्कुल भी जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है, that is entirely wrong. Never believe in the toppers, because toppers will say what they want to say. They will never share the secret of success with you all. So first of all, let me be very crystal clear. I'm being very crystal clear. I'm being very blunt. If you are not reading newspapers on a daily basis, and this you should do at least for 7 to 8 months of your preparation. How many months? 7 to 8 months of your preparation daily. If you are not reading newspapers on a daily basis for at least 7 to 8 months, even if you get 10 lives, अगर आपको 10 जन्म भी मिल गए, you will never qualify civil services examination. So first of all, take it out from your mind कि न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना important है या नहीं है. Newspaper reading is extremely important. Extremely means extremely. Okay. Why newspaper reading is so important? Because newspaper is the only document which will help you analyze, which will help you master the most important ingredient of civil services examination. Can anybody tell me कि सबसे important ingredient कौन सा है civil services examination का?
Syllabus.
Yeah, see, the most important ingredient of civil services examination is syllabus. Okay. Syllabus should be memorized by heart. Syllabus should be memorized by heart. Okay, by heart in the sense that if I'm asking you, what is the second last bullet of GS paper 1? What is the third last bullet of GS paper 3? What is the fourth last bullet of GS paper 4? And whatever options you are having. तो वो बुलेट्स आपको पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट याद रहनी चाहिए कि हाँ सर सिलेबस में ये है. इफ आई एम आस्किंग यू द सिलेबस ऑफ वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री, so you should know what is the syllabus of world history, that it will start from the analyzing of events such as industrial revolution. You will have the philosophies like socialism, you will have philosophies like Marxism, Leninism, its impact on society as well as on the religion. This should be by hearted. Why? Because syllabus is the only document from which UPSC will be asking you questions. If you pick up any year's mains question, अगर आप कोई भी mains का paper उठाते हो of any year, and if you compare that mains with syllabus per se, so you will have direct question to question linkage. You will have direct question to question linkage to the syllabus. Direct question to question linkage. So let's say that in GS paper 1, the first part of the syllabus is Indian heritage. You have having Indian heritage and culture. So you're having 3 forms. You have art, architecture, and literature. So always, even if you pick up any mains paper, so the first question will be either related to art, it will either be related to architecture, or it will be related to literature or sculpture. अगर आप इकोनॉमिक्स का पेपर उठाओगे, जीएस पेपर 3 उठाओगे, so any time the question number 1 will always follow the trend which UPSC has defined this syllabus. So syllabus is the most important document. अगर आपने आपके रूम में ऋतिक रोशन के फोटो लगा दिए है, even if you have put up नरेंद्र मोदी's photo in your room, वो फोटो सारे निकाल दो. खुद के फोटो हो गए वो भी सारे आप निकाल दो. Paste up A3 size of your syllabus. Okay, go for half empirical or full empirical. A2, A3 size का syllabus लगा लो आपके रूम में and memorize the complete syllabus. And memorize. If you memorize the syllabus properly, I'm again being very blunt, I'm being very frank. Okay, I cannot be a faculty who is just misguiding you कि हाँ इतना कर लो हो जाएगा, उतना कर लो हो जाएगा. नहीं. This is the first step for you to qualify in the final round of civil services. Qualify in the sense क्या करना है? हमको खाली रैंक लाना नहीं है, हमको रैंक अच्छा लाना है. None of you is sitting in this session to become a postal service officer. None of you is sitting in this session to become a Indian trade service officer. All of you are aspiring for top 3 or 4 services. So if you want to go into that services, it becomes very necessary for you all to memorize the syllabus. So memorize कर लो syllabus को. If you take my advice, you should scribble down the syllabus. You should scribble down the syllabus at least twice a month. At least twice a month. Take up A4 size sheets, scribble down. Syllabus ko likhte chalo. Because syllabus is the only document which will help you in understanding the interlinkage of the preparation for civil services. Using syllabus, you will be able to judge what is interlinkage in civil services. Because interlinkage is very, very important. जो लोग third, fourth, fifth, sixth attempt, like including like me. Okay, now I will be giving my fifth attempt per se in this year. So what mistake we committed, what mistake I committed per se. Okay, कि क्या गलती हो गई मुझसे. So the most important mistake that I committed in my preparation is that I did not go through the proper basics of interlinkage. How you need to interlink geography with economy, how you have to interlink polity with history, how you have to interlink ethics with whatever is happening in current affairs. Like let's say if you pick up this year's ethics paper, so you have a very good question on एथिकलिटी ऑफ वॉर. एक बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन फ्रेम किया गया है रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर पे कि वेदर दैट वॉर इज एथिकल, व्हाट शुड बी इंडिया स्टैंड, what should be international diplomacy in such times. So nobody expected that UPSC will frame such kind of questions in GS paper 4, but UPSC is expecting you to do that. Hence interlinkage is the key. And if you want to clear civil services, you have to master interlinkage. You have to master interlinkage. Master in the sense, if you are following my PDFs, मैं PDFs के ऊपर डायरेक्टली लिखता हूँ कि ये किससे लिंक्ड है, आप किस किस से लिंक कर सकते हो. Why? Because if a particular topic comes on, let's say border area development, so how border area development is linked to the border area infrastructure, how it is linked to internal security of India, how is it linked to greening of infrastructure, how is it linked to the local geology slash hydrology, like whatever you are seeing in Joshimath right now. So interlinkage is very, very important. And to understand interlinkage, the sole source in the sense इसके सिवा और कोई source आपके पास नहीं है, is newspaper. Okay, newspaper will help you understand कि interlinkage कैसे किया जाता है कोई भी issue का, वो कैसे होता है, क्या होता है. I will put up the PDFs and we'll discuss in detail कि हाँ sir interlinkage ऐसे ऐसे होता है. So for newspaper, always remember two things. Syllabus is very, very important. You have to by heart the syllabus, then only you can apply that knowledge to newspaper. And for newspaper analysis, second most important thing is making notes. Okay, I know most of you are confused in this part कि sir notes कैसे बनाए. This is very, very important. And the third part is revision. If you don't revise whatever you have scribbled down, it's of no use at all. ठीक है. And newspaper जो है, आप बोलोगे कि सर स्टार्टिंग में it takes a hell lot of time, we don't know how to process it, we don't know how to apply those articles. In initial phases, it will take a lot of time. Rather, it will take hell amount of time. Okay, but as soon as you start perfecting it, you will bring down this time. Your language will improve. And most importantly, you will get the crux of answer writing. Now, all of you are students of CSE Topper. देख रहे हो आप लोग कि हम लोग आंसर राइटिंग पे कितना फोकस डालते हैं. So one stop destination for improving your answer writing is again newspaper. And the most important thing that you will get from newspaper, most important thing जो आपको सिविल सर्विसेज में पूरी तरीके से हेल्प आउट करेगी, that is, can anybody guess what I have missed in this? That decrease in time, improve upon language, answer writing, and most important thing what you will get? Can anybody tell me? Guys, are you all listening to me कि बोर हो गए?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
ओके. वंदे भारत ट्रेन का नाम सुना है? ठीक है, तो आज आपको साक्षात वंदे भारत ट्रेन दिख रही है आपकी स्क्रीन के ऊपर. Okay, see, the most important thing that you will be getting is structuring of your answers. Structuring is very, very important. Okay, so let's say you are getting a essay on cow. Okay, बचपन में आता है ना, write an essay on cow per se. Okay, can anybody tell me how you will define cow? Anybody? Yeah, care to comment? I can't see your comments person. Let me just see, turn on the chats. Okay, I have turned on the chats. Can anybody care to comment what you will write on cow? Anyone? Guys, थोड़ा बात करते रहो ना, मुझसे अच्छा लगता है.
A
Anybody?
domesticated breed
Domesticated breed. Okay, okay. Any other?
or a female female animal.
Okay. Now see, गाय चार पहिया animal है. It has got a tail. It has got a hub. Okay, it gives milk. It's a milk animal. Okay, ये सब कौन से standard के essays हो गए? These are on 8th, 9th, 5th, 6th standard. But if you get an essay on civil services to write in cow, so you will have to bring in 3-4 dimensions on cow. Okay, 3-4 dimensions आप कौन से लाओगे? The first dimension you will
Sir,
bring is that
economy में
it's a
contribute करती है.
It's a biological dimension.
okay, okay. So first of all, I will start discussing that it is a bovine animal. Okay, bovine animal का क्या full form है, क्या नहीं? That's up to you to discuss कि bovine animal का क्या करती है. Okay. Second, what are the different aspects in which cow can be used? Is it used in animal rearing? It is used in animal rearing. Is it used as cattle breeding? Cattle breeding, or is it used for cattle ranching, or is it used for cattle ranching? Ranching in the sense that you are breeding cow for meat per se. Now you will have to interlink cattle ranching with climate change. Why? Because cow being a bovine animal, it will give out methane when it mulches the food. Methane is what? Methane is greenhouse gas. So it's a greenhouse gas and it has got short-term global warming potential. It has got short-term global warming potential. So roughly, as per IPCC, roughly 1/3 of global greenhouse gas emissions are coming from cattle ranching. So cattle ranching, you will expand like this. Okay. Another aspect for cow cultivation is climate resilience. Climate resilience in the sense कि जैसे आप Indian cow की breeds लोगे, like Gir cow, like Khair cow. Okay. So अगर आप Indian breeds के ऊपर जाते हो, so these breeds are highly climate resilient species. And you know that year 2023 is going to be the year of millets. So millets are grown in dryland regions of India. And in that, cows are heavily used. The oxen are heavily used for plowing of the field. They are heavily used as allied agricultural sector. Why? Because अगर आपके crops fail होते हैं, so आपके पास आपकी cattle होती है ताकि it can substitute to non-farm income. So climate resilience is again a very important key. And the fourth dimension which you can bring in, okay, you can bring in the aesthetic dimension. You can bring in the, you can bring in the religious dimension. Religious per se, देखो आप सिविल सर्वेंट ऑफिसर्स बनने वाले हो, आपका रिलीजियस डायमेंशन किस तक सीमित होना चाहिए? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तक है. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बाहर आप आपके रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स पेपर में एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते हो. सो यू कैन ब्रिंग इन द रिलीजियस डायमेंशंस. ओके, यू कैन ब्रिंग इन द एस्थेटिक डायमेंशंस एंड यू कैन आल्सो ब्रिंग इन द फेस्टिवल डायमेंशन ऑफ इंडिया कि काऊ as a animal breed is a very important part for festivals of India. So social harmony, सोशल कम्युनिटी स्ट्रक्चर, ये सारी चीजें. नाउ ये मैंने जितना अभी डिस्कस किया, डू यू थिंक दैट यू कैन गेट दिस एनीथिंग फ्रॉम एनी बुक पर से? अब तो मैंने बहुत ही सिंपल टॉपिक डिस्कस किया काउ का. इफ आई एम डिस्कसिंग इंडियाज फॉरेन पॉलिसी, इफ आई एम डिस्कसिंग इंडियाज नेशनल सिक्योरिटी, व्हाट शुड बी द नेशनल सिक्योरिटी डॉक्ट्राइन ऑफ इंडिया, do you think that you can get this from any book, any reference book, or let's say any NCRTs? No, it's not at all possible. All of this you will get from only newspaper. Hence, analysis of newspaper is very, 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 very important. Is everybody comfortable with this? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Rest all. Can you all hear me? I'm not able to hear you at all. सब लोग हो कि सो
Yes,
गए?
sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. How many participants are there? Let me just see. Okay, there are total 28 participants. जो लोग मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं and they are not commenting, Guys, please keep on speaking with me. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult for me to move on. Okay. Now, many of you ask, sir, कौन सा न्यूज़पेपर करे, कौन सा न्यूज़पेपर नहीं करे, क्या नहीं करे? So, my only answer is that you have to follow a newspaper which normally UPSC refers to. UPSC refers to in the sense that ऐसा नहीं कि वो पेपर खोल के आपके लिए बैठ रहे कि पेपर से क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं. You have to follow the trends. Which paper has got the highest amount of coverage of the syllabus? Which paper has got the highest amount of potential from which questions can be framed, and which paper is going to give you that material or that kind of structuring which will help you in answer writing. So if you combine all 3-4 these parameters, the only paper I can refer to is the Hindu. The only paper I can refer to is the Hindu. ये क्यों है अभी मैं आपको PDF के तौर पे explain करूंगा कि क्यों. If any one of you is saying कि सर हिंदू नहीं होता है, कैसा करे, क्या करे, there is no option. You have to do Hindu. That's for sure. For mains, you can add up another paper that is called as Indian Express, but Indian Express का खाली page number 6 and 7. That is the governance page and the explained page. If you want, then only. And the explained page. And for interview, you can add up third paper that is called as Hindustan Times, but इसके खाली आप headlines पढ़ोगे. इसके आप खाली headlines पढ़ोगे. उससे ज्यादा आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए बिल्कुल भी जरूरत नहीं है. हिंदू you have to do very very comprehensively. कब तक? जब तक आप एज ऑफिसर आपकी लास्ट ब्रेथ नहीं लेते हो. रिजल्ट आते तक खुद करो. रिजल्ट आने के बाद एक सेक्रेटरी अपॉइंट कर लेना. Appoint me as your secretary. I will do analysis of Hindu if you become an officer, and I will give you it on a daily basis. Okay, I won't charge you at all. Just keep me as your personal secretary. I will do it for you freely. Okay, don't have to charge me for that also. Okay, so Hindu is very very important. Okay, Raj, I will be speaking in English as much as possible. No worries. Okay, now Hindu. How you have to analyze the Hindu. Okay, now I'm starting with the sharing of PDF. Once I start the sharing of PDF, please let me know कि आपको सबको मेरी screen properly दिख रही है कि नहीं दिख रही है. Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, can everybody see the screen properly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shall I move ahead?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. Now, everybody please take up a pen and pencil and jot down whatever I'm telling you. Everybody take up a paper and pencil and लिखते चलो मैं क्या क्या बोलने की, whatever I'm trying to say to you all. Okay. So I have been giving you the detailed PDF from last 2 or 3 months. Okay, how I approach the Hindu, how I give the PDFs, that is what I will be sharing with you all. ठीक है. पहला सवाल आपके मन में आएगा कि सर आप पेपर क्यों डिस्कस कर रहे हो जब हमें आप डायरेक्टली पीडीएफ्स दे रहे हो. ठीक है. So first of all, let me just address that question, that why I'm discussing the papers with you all, because you have to understand कि gravity क्या है पेपर पढ़ने की and why I'm telling you the Hindu only to do this. Okay, so if you pick up any day's Hindu, so always see the page number 1 is your national news page. Is everybody able to see the page properly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. So page number 1 आपका हमेशा national news का पेज रहेगा. Then you will move on to second and third page. Second and third page is always the city page. I always prefer Delhi edition because जो बड़े बड़े ट्राइब्यूनल्स हैं इंडिया के, जैसे नेशनल ग्रीन ट्राइब्यूनल हो गया, बड़े बड़े ट्राइब्यूनल्स जो भी एस्टैब्लिश होते हैं, they are established in Delhi, and the judgments of high courts of Delhi are very very important, and of course Supreme Court sits in the Delhi, so we have to follow the Delhi edition only. So second and third page are always your city page of Delhi. Then as soon as you move to the fourth page, you start the discussion beginning with the states page. Okay, states page. The full form of newspaper is North, East, West, South, Past and Present Event Report. So चारों दिशाएं हमें कवर करनी है. We have to cover all the 4 directions. So page number 4 and page number 5 are normally the states page. Okay, and then you enter into the 6th number of page that you enter into is editorial. Now, many of you are asking me, sir, editorials कैसे करें, क्या करें? Now, this is a very legit question, but I am now saying you ki as of today, since Hindu has changed his approach, editorials are not that important as of now. See, I'm making a very, very blunt statement. आपको गलत भी लगेगा, but let me just correct it again. Editorials today are not that important. Why? Because Hindu has launched another page. That page is called as text and context page. That page is text and context page.
Yes.
This page has been launched by Hindu exclusively for you all. कोई भी जब नेशनल लेवल का न्यूज़पेपर ऐसा पेज लॉन्च करता है, दैट टू प्राइमरीली फॉर सिविल सर्वेंट एस्पिरेंट्स, इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू ऑल टू फॉलो दिस पेज. ये पेज जब हम लोग प्रिपेयर कर रहे थे, लाइक राइट नाउ आई कैन सी प्रतीक सर इज आल्सो विद मी, okay, and I guess Vikas sir is also with me in the session. When we used to prepare, this page was not in the Hindu. ये पेज हिंदू में नहीं था. सो वेटरन एस्पिरेंट्स लाइक अस कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि ये पेज की ग्रेविटी क्या है. You believe it or you don't believe it. इरफान खान की पहले सीरियल लगी थी, मानो या ना मानो. Okay, so you believe it or you don't believe it. Roughly 600 to 700 marks of your mains will come from these two pages. Roughly 600 to 700 marks of your mains will come from these two pages. That is very, very important. Okay. Now, editorials, yes, are those important? Yes, of course, they are important. They are very important, but not all editorials need to be read. Not all editorials need to be read. जो मैं आपको पीडीएफ्स भेज रहा हूं, मैं इसलिए भेज रहा हूं, नंबर 1 बिकॉज आपका टाइम कम होना चाहिए, बिकॉज मेजॉरिटी ऑफ यू फेस द सेम इश्यूज सर, व्हिच एडिटोरियल टू रीड, व्हिच एडिटोरियल नॉट टू रीड, व्हिच टू फॉलो, व्हिच नॉट टू फॉलो. ओके, इफ एनी ऑफ यू इज डूइंग कि आप लोग पहले पेपर देखते हो देन यू रेफर टू द पीडीएफ्स, गुड, नो वरीज. If any of you is directly picking up the PDFs and reading, that is also good. Okay, now everybody has pen and paper with you. I'm providing you list of 13-12 names जिनके editorials आप at any cost skip नहीं कर सकते हो. Shall I begin with the discussion of those people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give me a yes or no. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the first name you should all write down in the editorial कि जिनके आप editorial बिल्कुल skip नहीं कर सकते हो. The first name is N.K. Narayanan. The first name is N.K. Narayanan. Okay. N.K. Narayanan, he is the formal National Security Advisor of India. Now, he is a very important guy. So N.K. Narayanan की आप editorials बिल्कुल skip नहीं कर सकते हो. N.K. Narayanan. The second person you should never skip the editorials is Dr. Rakesh Sood. Dr. Rakesh Sood. Okay. He's the former ambassador of India to Afghanistan. He's the former ambassador of India to Bangladesh. And he is right now working in ORF, Observer Research Foundation. Observer Research Foundation is a think tank of India, जिसमें सारे IFS officers they give dialogues to that. Okay, so Rakesh Sood. The first name is N.K. Narayanan. The second name is Rakesh Sood. The third name you all need to remember is T.P. Srinivasan. Is T.P. Srinivasan. Is T.P. Srinivasan. Okay, he is a very reputed diplomat of India. So T.P. Srinivasan is another name. Okay. The fourth name you have to remember is Suhasini Heather. She is the head of international relations of Hindu. Okay. If you follow Suhasini Heather's article, आपका IR वैसा का वैसा कवर हो जाता है. आज मैं आपको उसकी अहमियत बताऊंगा कि why I am telling you this name of Suhasini Heather. Okay, I will open up her one article and I will let you know what is the gravity of that woman. Okay, Suhasini Heather. Shall I move ahead? Is everybody writing the names properly?
Yes, sir.
Please keep on speaking with me. Yeah. The fifth name you all need to remember for writing, for reading the editorials of Hindu is John Dreze. Jean. Jean Dreze. John Dreze. Is John Dreze. जिसका mic on है, kindly unmute, kindly mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself. The mic feed जिसका भी on है, kindly mute yourself. The fifth name you need to remember is John Dreze. Jean Dreze. Okay. He's a French economist and he's the only guy who is working on grassroots level economics. So any question on PDS, public distribution system, any question on implementation of JAM, Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile, any question on the distribution of subsidies, inke articles, it becomes very, very important. So the fifth name I've given you is John Dreze. Okay. The next name you have to remember is Sujata Bhajwan. Sujata Bhajwan, she is the only lady who writes on sustainable agriculture, on sustainability and sustainable development goals. Sujata Bhajwan. Her name is very, very important. Sujata Bhajwan. Sujata Bhajwan. Okay. The next name you have to remember is, again, very important person, Happy Mon Jacob. Happy Mon, Happymon. Happy Mon Jacob. Happy Mon Jacob. Happy Mon Jacob. Okay. The next name you can remember is what's the name? Raghavan. Yeah. The name is spelled as Raghavan. The name is spelled as Raghavan. I'm forgetting the initial name. It's either R Raghavan or M Raghavan. Okay. He was the former governor to West Bengal and he was the former CBI director of India. So Raghavan is very, very important. Okay. Raghavan. R Raghavan or M Raghavan. I'm getting confused. So you please see for yourself. Okay. He was the former CBI director of India. That person also writes very important articles in Hindu. Okay. So Raghavan, that name is very important. Another very important name I can remember as of now is another important name you can remember is Ram Sampath. Ram Sampath, he's a person who works in Ashoka University and he writes on social issues very, very properly. Social issues very, very properly. Ram Sampath. Okay. So ये मैंने आपको 7-8 नाम दिए. और कोई नाम आएंगे तो आई विल पोस्ट इट ऑन द ग्रुप कि आर्टिकल्स आपको पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस एनी थिंक टैंक राइट्स, जैसे एक थिंक टैंक है इंडिया की दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ORF, ऑब्जर्वर रिसर्च फाउंडेशन. ऑब्जर्वर रिसर्च फाउंडेशन, इनके आपको आर्टिकल्स आते हैं तो पढ़ना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. ORF, ऑब्जर्वर रिसर्च फाउंडेशन. सेकंड इज रायसीना डायलॉग. Second is Raisina dialogue. Okay, any article that comes with the purview of Raisina dialogue, it becomes very, very important. Okay. Apart from that, if any government head is writing, government head in the sense, Prime Minister of India, President of India, Vice President of India, any important minister means cabinet minister, I'm not talking of any other minister, any important cabinet minister of India is writing, or any important departmental secretary is writing. So let's say defense secretary is writing, let's say railway secretary is writing, let's say secretary of education is writing, let's say secretary of agriculture ministry is writing. So कोई भी secretary अगर लिख रहा है, उनके articles they become very, very important. Okay. Apart from that, any HOD of reputed University of India, any HOD of reputed University of India is writing the articles, then it becomes very, very important. Then it becomes very, very important. Am I being crystal clear to all? Can you all hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Yeah. सब लोगों ने लिख लिया properly? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, जिनके video feed on है, just nod your head. I can see 3 or 4 people. Who is this? Sachin. Sachin is there, I guess. Who is there? Sachin, can you hear me? Yeah, Sachin, Jagriti, and yeah, Grishma. Can you all hear me? Yeah. So shall I move ahead? Yeah. Okay. So now, why I've given you these names? Okay. Why I've given you these names? So what is expected from you all is कि जैसे मैं आपको PDF शेयर कर रहा हूँ. Now all of you have subscribed to Hindu. आपके पास हिंदू पेपर तो आता होगा. So before opening up my PDFs, before opening up whatever PDFs I'm giving to you, you should do first thing. You should open up the editorial page of Hindu. You should first understand whether that editorial is important to us or not. How you will do this? Syllabus. You refer to the syllabus and you see whether this editorial fits in your syllabus and whether this editorial has been written by these 7 or 8 names which I'm given you. If you feel that this editorial is important, वहाँ पे आप tick mark कर लो and see whether I have shared that editorial with you. If I have shared that editorial with you, this means that you are going on a right track. I am sharing you direct PDFs. It does not mean कि आप खाली PDFs पढ़ रहे हो. नहीं, आपको पेपर में से क्या पढ़ना है, what you have to read from newspaper, what you have to not read from newspaper. This is an exercise which you need to do before opening up the PDFs. Let me be again crystal clear. Let me be very blunt. Don't go for rote analysis of paper of whatever I am providing you. I am providing you, that is an add-on. वो मैं भर रहा हूँ, that CSE Topper is going to give you, that is an add-on for all of you. What is expected you from all of you in the first end is, first you are opening up the Hindu, you are marking up the topics which are important or not, and then you are saying whether I have given you that PDF or not. This will ensure what? This will ensure that you are having a good grasp on syllabus. Second, it will ensure that you are slowly begin to understand कि हाँ, ये टॉपिक्स मेंस में पूछे जा सकते हैं या नहीं पूछे जा सकते. एंड थर्ड, इट विल बूस्ट योर मोरल. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट गाइस, बिकॉज covering newspapers on a daily basis for roughly 7 to 8 months and continuing it for the time till you prepare for your interview, it's a daunting task. So boosting your morale is also very important. आप ये जो भी कर रहे हो, ये आप खुद के लिए कर रहे हो, ये आप मेरे लिए नहीं कर रहे हो. So boosting your morale is very, very important. So before opening up the PDFs, first go through the paper. First see what is important, what is not important, mark it up, and then see whether I have posted the same PDFs on the group. I am being very frank with you all. See, for me, it took me roughly 2.5 to 3 years to perfect the analysis of Hindu. And perfect in the sense that I'm not boosting myself, but in my very first attempt of 2016, I still remember that it was heavily current affairs based. So in my very first attempt, I scored 156 marks out of 200 in prelims. Why? Because it was heavily current affairs based. And I'm having a forte of analyzing papers. So मुझे forte attain करने के लिए it took me roughly 2.5 to 3 years to perfect this. And those people who qualify in top 200, in top 300, they attain this forte in less than 7 to 8 months. Forte attain karna in the sense of what? That once you know that if you are opening today's Hindu, if you know कि आज के पेपर में क्या आ सकता है, क्या नहीं आ सकता है, if you know what all articles can come, so you start predicting what UPSC can ask in mains. And that is a level where you transcend from an ordinary aspirant to a serious league aspirant. You should understand from your end whether this question can be asked in mains or not. Is everybody clear with this? Shall I move ahead? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So which level you have to attain while reading paper? The level is that whether this can be asked in next year's mains or not. जैसे I'm sharing with you 5-star article. मैंने एक article आपके साथ share किया था जोशीमठ सिंह किंग का. So I wrote it that it's a 10-star article. Why? Because there is 100% chance that UPSC will give you that article or will ask you something with regards to that in your mains. Because Himalayan ecosystem is one of the most preferred system for UPSC to ask. So that becomes a 10-star article now. So instead of me giving you, sir, this is 5-star, madam, this is 10-star article, I'm expecting you all to do it from your end. Is everybody comfortable with this? Okay, I'm not sitting over here as a faculty which will spoon feed you things. No, I'm not going to give you spoon feeding. What I want is that you should all perfect practicing of Hindu, you should all perfect practicing of current affairs, and you should go a level above me. That is my ultimate goal with all of you. आप मेरे level को match नहीं करोगे, you will go above my level. That's my ultimate goal with all of you. Is everybody comfortable with this? Okay, so I'm again turning on the sharing of PDF per se. Okay, so the 6th page is editorial page. So on editorial page, you have 2 lead editorials and you have 2 side editorials. After that, you have the opinion page. See, the page itself says opinion. Opinion means the views expressed will be personal. If you can see, okay, यहाँ पे लिखा नहीं है. So if any eminent personality is writing this, if any eminent HOD is writing this, it will be reflected in your opinion page. So opinion, the views expressed are personal. So if any guy is analyzing any report, like let's say कोई नया report आता है, if you have a report by any Lancet, जैसे अभी कल Lancet journal का एक नया report आया है on AMR, antimicrobial resistance. So if that report is being analyzed by any person in this page, then it becomes very important. So if you open up opinion page and if you are seeing that the views expressed are personal, but the article is analysis of any report, then that article becomes very, very important. So for you all, it becomes very important कि आप लोग opinion page skip नहीं कर रहे हो. You are not skipping the opinion page, but you are marking, okay, this seems that this article is important. You have just tick marked it and you are opening up my PDFs and then seeing that whether I've given you the PDF or not. Okay, so opinion is very important. In opinion page, the side article is called as state of play. The side article is called as state of play. State of play is basically any case study regarding to any state. Okay, so let's say now in Kerala, a very important issue is going on, that is marking of ESZ. ESZ stands for ecologically sensitive zone. A very important article has come over this, that is called as FRA, Forest Rights Act. वो article I have shared with you all. So state of play important है कि नहीं, ये आप कैसे देखोगे? You have opened up this page. A participatory mapping exercise. Buffer zone mapping should be inclusive and should involve local inhabitants. So as soon as you see this article, this means what? That this article is on two things. Number one, it is on buffer zone mapping and it's based on community participation. Now, community participation is very, very important head under GS paper 2. And it can also be asked in GS paper 1 as a part of society structure of India. Hence, this article becomes very important. So you have marked up this. Okay, sir, madam, this article is important. Let me see whether the sir has shared the PDFs. Now, this is the lower post page is called as data point. Data point in the sense that whatever statistical data Hindu has acquired through any report, Hindu has acquired to any governmental ministry, that will come as a data point. Data point are important, roughly one per month. So in a year span of roughly 12 years, you will have data points of roughly 12 to 13. Usse zyada data points I will not share with you. Since the time I have started sharing with you all the articles, I have shared only one data point with you. That is the percentage of air quality index and the different percentage of pollution that comes from different sources. That is the only one data point that I have shared with you all. Up till now, I have not yet shared any other data point with you. So data points are important, but roughly one per month or twice per month, not more than that. Then next, you have the text and context page. Guys, this page has been launched exclusively for you guys. So whatever articles I'm posting, maximum articles will come from text and context page. Now on text and context page, the first article itself is explainer. Explainer in the sense that you will have a detailed explanation of that article. So let's say this is the story so far. Okay, then you have question, you answer. You have question, you have answer. You have question and you have answer. This is what UPSC does in mains. You are having one main question, then you can have either one sub question or you can have either two sub question. So what the analysis of gist will give you all is how you can write answer in your mains. That is the only source from which you can perfect your answers. So gist ka analysis is very, very important, and that too the explainer gist. Okay, you have one main question, you have sub question, you have another sub question, you have another sub question, and the last question is way ahead. मैं एक gist लेके आपको explain करूंगा कि ये कैसा होता है, क्या होता है, what should be the, how you should analyze this. But analysis of gist is very, very important, that you should never skip at any cost. Okay, now the second part of the page. The second part of page is another gist, but this is not explainer page. This is just any burning issue which has been brought up. Like let's say, can foreign universities set up campuses in India now? So आपने just open किया. What has USG proposed with respect to foreign educational institute? Is the first time such move has been considered. How are USG rules different from NEP? Okay. So as soon as you open up this gist, okay, how I'm analyzing this. Can foreign institutes set up campuses in India now? So this is an opinion-based gist. This is not a statutory-based gist. That is not a law-based gist. So opinion, अगर ये important होगा, so ये ऊपर के gist में आएगा, or otherwise it will come as a headline news. So for now, you can keep up this. This will come up someday or the other. So you have skipped this. You have moved ahead. Now you are moving on to the second page of text and context, and the first heading is catchy. Catchy in the sense that if there is any burning initiative that has been going on, that it has been impacting globally. जो जिसका पेपर जो पहला पेज रहेगा उसमें national news important होगी वो आएगी. In second page you will have any news which is happening globally. The potential of generative AI creating media with simple text prompts. Now this is a very difficult part to handle कि AI है, AI कैसा काम कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है. UPSC will not venture into such kind of goings in the sense that they will not complicate things for you. They will ask rather very simple questions. And AI पे अगर question आएगा, so AI पे question आएगा, so it will be with regards to policy based, that what India should do. It will come on with regards to data localization of India. It will come with regards to digital governance. And this is with regards to social media, how you are able to generate text prompts using AI on social media. UPSC will not ask you such kind of questions, so we have skipped this article. Okay, and then you move to page number 10. Okay, you must be feeling why I'm discussing so much in detail, why I'm telling you so much, because guys, you have to understand the gravity. आज का पहला session है, इसलिए I'm repeating it 10, 20, 30, 40 times. Just listen to me very, very properly. This page has been launched exclusively for you all. That is not a page which Hindu needs to do in paper. हिंदू ने अगर वो पेज हटा भी दिया तो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. दैट पेज हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड एक्सक्लूसिवली फॉर यू गाइस. तो उसका एनालाइज करना इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Everybody is crystal clear with me? Shall I move forward?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Now, जिस जो पेज है, it will come from Monday to Thursday. Are you writing this down? Please jot these points down. This will come from Monday to Thursday. जिस जो भी रहेगा वो आएगा Monday to Thursday. Okay. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a special paper for Hindu. I'm again reiterating. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is special Hindu. Special Hindu in the sense, Hindu will deviate from its normal trends. Hindu will deviate from its normal trends. On every Friday, you will have a parlay. On every Friday, you will have a parlay in Hindu. Parlay in the sense that you will have two eminent persons coming, and a Hindu correspondent will take up their interview, and he will put up the discussion that as a counter view and as a for view and a counter view. So let's say I'm opening up 13th June paper. Just open it up. Okay. Can everybody see the PDF properly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you are moving on to the editorial page. Yeah. So now see, on the opinion page, on every Friday, you are having parlay. Can you see this? Give me yes, no. दिख रहा है आप सबको?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So the heading of this is, will the budget will be populist or it will be fiscally responsible? Will it be a populist budget? Populist budget means government will go on into the expenditure. Government will not see what is the revenue coming. Government will only focus on the expenditure part of the budget, or whether it will be fiscally responsible. Fiscal responsible means whether it will adhere to fiscal deficit, whether it will adhere to the limits of FRBM Act. So if you see the editorial, if you see who has written this, so the first person is Leah Chakravarti. She is a professor at National Institute of Public Finance and Policy. The second person is Madan Sabnavis. He is the chief economist at Bank of Baroda. So, is this important or not? Opinions expressed are personal opinions. And will the budget be populist or fiscal responsible? Analyzing this or reading this, will it give you any perspective? Of course not. Will it give you any data? Of course not. Because whatever government will do in the budget, it will be clear to you on 1st of February. Once government gives you the budget, then you can form a well-formed opinion that whether this budget was populist budget or it was a fiscal responsible budget. So as of now, you can skip this article. You don't have to read this article at any cost, and hence I have not shared with you in the PDF format. So every Friday you will have a parlay. This becomes very, very important. Now, I've said कि आपको Friday को text and context page नहीं आएगा, but this text and context page is different from whatever comes on Thursday and whatever comes from Monday to Thursday. Why? Because the Friday's text and context page will have something regards to science and tech. It will have something regards to technology. It will have something with regards to climate change. So this becomes very important. So in your notes, you write down फ्राइडे का जो जिस्ट रहेगा, राइट डाउन इन योर नोट्स द फ्राइडेज जिस्ट. It will have 3 or 4 subheads. First subhead, it will come as science and tech. Friday's gist, it will come as science and tech. Number 2, it will come as a part of health sector. Number 3, it will come as a part of agriculture sector. And number 4, it will come as a part of space sector of India. ये मैं आपको क्यों बता पा रहा हूँ? Why I am able to say you this with full confidence? Because I have analyzed this from last 7 to 8 months. So this is what I find on every Friday. So please remember this. Okay. Shall I move ahead? Give me your yes and no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this is of Friday. Now, if you open up on Saturday's page, so this is today's paper. So on every Saturday, instead of opinion page, you will have ground zero. See, ground zero is a case study based article of Hindu. So if you can just see the page, sir, you can see in the background you are having cracks. So this is with regards to Joshimath, fear and forbidding in Joshimath. Now, on every Saturday, you will have this case study. So in every month, you will have roughly 4 case studies. In every year, you will roughly have around 50 case studies. Out of this 50 case studies, hardly 1 or 2 are of significance. The rest you can skip, no need to do. What is important in analysis of paper, what not to read. So in every year, like let's say from this November to next November, hardly 1 or 2 ground zero will be important. Rest, no ground zero is important for you. Is everybody clear with this? Shall I move ahead? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is Saturday's paper. Now Sunday's paper is very different. Okay. उसका नाम ही अलग होता है. Let me just open it up. Sunday के हिंदू का नाम ही अलग होता है. That is called as the Sunday, the Hindu on Sunday. Okay. So this is a very, very special paper because on Sunday you have 2 pages which are very, very important from civil services mains as well as prelims perspective. And this again, Hindu does for you all exclusively. So page number 8 or 9 page is the science page of Hindu. This you are not allowed to skip at any cost. Skip in the sense, again, you will pick up Sunday's paper, you will see whether it is a very important or not. So a clear picture of how Mercury becomes superconductor, UPSC will not ask you. This is with regards to Omicron, no, UPSC will not ask you. ISSR Pune's new material removes pollutants from water. If this becomes a very important heading, it will be formulated under government's textile scheme that is called as PLSI scheme. अभी ये article important नहीं है, इसलिए मैंने आपको ये article करने के लिए बिल्कुल भी नहीं दिया. Then page number 12. Guys, this is the most important page of Hindu, FAQ. The full form of this page is called as frequently asked questions. I'm again very specific, FAQ page, frequently asked questions. Okay, I'm saying it right and right now out loud. I am recording this meeting. अगर आपको चाहिए तो आप आपके मोबाइल फोन का वॉइस रिकॉर्डर ऑन कर लो, आप मेरी आवाज रिकॉर्ड कर लो. If out of this, roughly 200 to 300 marks does not translate in your mains. If out of this page, roughly 200 to 300 marks does not translate in mains, so whatever you ask me, I am going to do it for you. आप जो बोलोगे कि सर आप हमें इतने पैसे दो, मैं आपको पैसे दे दूंगा. पैसे की कमी नहीं है मेरे पास, मैं दे दूंगा आप लोगों को पैसे. ठीक है? But ये page you are not allowed to skip at any cost. Frequently asked questions. And again, I am being very frank. Not all articles are important in this page. Every Sunday, 1 or 2, or it might happen that any Sundays, no article is important. Just say, ye article, the escalation of India-China border. So I shared with you all this article. Now, if you see the heading, what has Australian Strategic Policy Institute found about the clashes of India and Chinese troops in the Yangtze area of Tawan region in Arunachal Pradesh? What does satellite imagery show? ये किसने किया है? This has been done by Australian Strategic Policy Institute. Is it an Indian institute? No. So for India, is this important? No. For you all, is this important? No. But what is important is the tectonics or the geography of this area. That why this becomes very important. So why Tawang? ये question जो है, ये question Directly, UPSC will ask you as a separate question, explain the geostrategic importance of Tawang or explain the geopolitical significance of Tawang. So ये आ सकता है. So this particular question is very, very important. So if you see my highlighted PDF, which I've shared with you, only this question I have highlighted, and then next, why there is an infrastructure race over here. ये question मैंने आपके साथ share किया कि why Tawang has become important and why is the infrastructure race important over here. So this becomes very, very important. Now, if you see this year's PDF, this year's article, sorry, this side's article, will shutting markets fix Pakistan's economy? So Pakistan तो अभी छोड़ दो, वो पढ़ के हमें फायदा है नहीं. UPSC will never ask you any question on Pakistan. Okay, per se. So you have skipped this article. Okay, and so these two articles, this Sunday only 2 articles came in Sunday's FAQ. Normally 3 articles are asked in Sunday's FAQ. So out of that 3, 2 are important. Sometimes only 1 is important. Rest all articles you can skip at any cost. So I'm again summarizing whatever I've discussed up till now in just 2 or 3 minutes. Analysis of Hindu is important. Yes, it is very important. Without it, you cannot appear for mains. Without it, you cannot qualify. What will Hindu teach you? Hindu will teach you interlinkage of syllabus, which will help you in answer writing. Second, it will help you in improving your language. And the third and the most important thing, it will explain you structuring. Structuring कैसे होता है? अभी मैं detail article की PDF लूंगा and I will share with you how you need to make notes, how you need to move ahead, and then we will move on with the other things. Fourth, is every article, every editorial important? No. I have given you the list of names. I have given you how you need to approach it. So first of all, you are picking up the paper. You are marking with your bare hands whether this is important or this is not important. And then you are opening up the PDFs and then you are seeing whether I have shared the PDFs with you and whether you have marked up the articles are corresponding or not. If they are not corresponding, it means for you, it's still work in progress. आप कौन से दिन चेहरे पे स्माइल लाओगे? Which day you will smile with all your 32 teeth seeing me? The day when you start guessing, the day when you start feeling that yes, this article is important for another year, mains or not. उस दिन आप समझ लेना कि आपकी हिंदू पे गिरफ्त आना चालू हो गई. You are getting a final good grip on the analysis of Hindu. Till that time, for you all, it's still work in progress. Okay. Not every day's Hindu is important, but what is important? Gist is very, very important. So you are not allowed to skip gist at any cost. Parlay, it's up to you. It's up to me rather. I will mark it up for you or not. So it's up to me. Ground zero, I have told you 1 or 2 in the entire year. Not all ground zeros are important. Number 3, FAQ page. You are not allowed to skip at any cost. Is everybody comfortable with this?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Guys, shall I move ahead? आप लोग बोर हो रहे हो क्या?
No, sir.
Are you getting bored?
No.
Or is this session
No,
being
sir.
informative to you? Okay.
It's really
Okay. You must be before coming to this session, you must be feeling, oh, he will open up the PDF and I will say, read this, read that, do this, do that. Okay. We are not here for that. Okay. We are not here for that. I'm not here to waste your time at all because we know what's the importance of time in civil services preparation, and believe me, we have not burned our 10 fingers, we have burned all our 20 fingers in this preparation. The sad part is we didn't have good guidance while we were preparing. The sad part is we didn't have any good mentors while we were preparing. So आज के तारीख में हम लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं and we are giving you this knowledge. So what I want from all of you is you improve upon this. You don't commit the mistakes which we have committed from our end. And we want that, yes, any one of you should please clear civil services in the very first go, and you should just give this knowledge to others so that you are all well informed. Shall I move ahead now? Please give me yes and no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Any
Yes, sir.
difficulty up till now, please be frank with me. Any difficulty up till now, please be frank with me. I'm giving you 1 to 2 minutes. Ask me any difficulty, but only those that I've discussed up till now. Sir, summary कैसे करना है, क्या करना है? I'm going to start now. Any difficulty, I'm giving you 1 to 2 minutes break. Ask me. Okay, you can have some water if you want. Okay, ask me if you have any difficulty. I'm turning on the chats also. If any one of you is not comfortable in discussing with me on an audio or video feed, you can chat with me also. Okay. Okay, guys, like Kruti, Krutika, Kshitij, Palak, Priyanka, Shabana, you have Tanu. Any other, like, are you all here?
Yes, sir. No
Okay,
difficulty.
chalo.
So,
Yeah.
so having geography as an optional, every article seems to be very attractive. Like, मतलब मैं ऐसा सोचती हूँ कि ये केस स्टडी में पुट कर दूंगी तो ना वो ज्यादा टाइम ले जाता है न्यूज़पेपर में.
Okay. Okay. So
How can I
this
reduce
is
the
Diksha, right?
time?
This is Diksha,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So Diksha, welcome to the sweet club of geography optional. Geography optional is such an optional where you will feel that everything under the galaxy should be fitted in geography optional per se.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now the crux is you don't have to approach geography optional from a GS perspective. Maximum candidates make the same mistake that whatever answer you write in GS paper 3, the same level you put up in your geography optional paper number 2. Okay, and that is why you lose maximum marks in your geography optional paper number 2. See, Diksha, it's an optional paper. Okay, nobody is going to focus on statistics, nobody is going to focus more on facts. What is desired in optional is management level questions. What is desired in optional is analysis level studies. So, can you give me any example that you are feeling, sir, I should include this as an optional or not? I'm asking you, like what you feel that it should be included in optional or not?
सर जैसे पेपर 1 है वो तो बहुत ज्यादा स्टैटिक है ना, तो उसमें तो मतलब इतना कोड करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं होती. बट जो पेपर 2 है उसमें एग्रीकल्चर वाला जो पोर्शन था उसमें अभी थोड़े टाइम पहले ही न्यूज़पेपर में आया था, कर्नाटका से रिलेटेड कुछ आया था, तो मेरे को लगा कि मैं वो लिख दूंगी अगर आंसर में तो थोड़ा अलग एज हो जाएगा. बट
See
नहीं.
Diksha, agriculture in optional paper 2. Okay, you have to focus on 3 parameters in agriculture. Number first, 3 big heads of agriculture. Okay, number first is agricultural management in the sense of input management and output management. Okay, so if any case study or if any article comes from management perspective, input management or output management will coming from fertilizers, it will come from subsidies, it will come from interlinking of rivers per se, it will come from soil health card schemes. Jiska mic on है, kindly mute yourself. Okay.
Pritesh Pratik here.
Kindly mute you.
Pritesh
Yeah.
Pratik here. Diksha, we can take this question later on. Okay, so we'll stick to the agenda because others are also here. Fine. So
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. Yeah, no worries. Okay. So the High Command has said Supreme Court का order है. Let's move ahead. Any other difficulty
नहीं,
up till now?
Let's be very frank. There is nothing as such. Okay. We are good friends on same level.
Yeah. Chalo. Any other difficulty up till now? Shall I move on to the analysis part now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Chalo. So now this is where I transcend my level. I am increasing my level per se. So keep your pen and pencil ready and keep on jotting down the points. Okay. And I will improve my handwriting. I know my handwriting is in Hebrew. So I will come from Hebrew into cursive writing. I will improve my handwriting. Okay. So now I'm opening some of the PDFs which I have shared with you all. Okay. Okay. Can everybody see my screen properly? I'm opening up the PDFs. Please let me know if you are able to
Yes,
perceive the
sir.
screen properly or not. Yeah. Just wait 2 minutes. I'm just searching for that article. Then we will start discussing it. First of Jan. Okay. Just wait me 2 minutes, okay? I'm just trying to open up that article. Let me just see where is that. Yeah, got it. Yeah, got the article. Okay, can everybody see the article properly? Give me a
Yes,
no.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay. Now, see, this is a gist. Okay, this is a gist from 12th January. Okay, 2023. Why the land is sinking in Joshimath. Okay, why the land is sinking in Joshimath. Okay. So I'm now will be discussing 3 things with you as to how to make notes of the particular articles. Notes are very important. Okay. How to summarize slash index your notes. Indexing is very, very important. Okay. And lastly, how you have to write answers out of it. How you have to write answers out of it. So these 3 parameters we'll be discussing out of this. So now, what is expected from you as soon as you open up the article why the land is sinking in Joshimath. So the first thing which you should do all is you should first understand from which paper this article has come or from in which paper this article can be asked. So can anybody care to explain me in which paper this article can be asked? Please
Geography.
keep on speaking with me. No,
Geography.
GS 1, 2, 3, 4. GS 1, 2, 3,
GS1.
4. In which paper can be asked?
GS1 and GS3.
Sir, GS3.
Okay. Okay. So,
Sir, 1 and 3.
this
Or
this
all the
article
papers.
can be this article can be asked in essay. Okay, this article can be asked in essay. This article can be asked in GS 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the 4 papers, and plus, if you are lucky enough, you also have a sweet paper called as language paper. You know that you have language paper.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And in language paper, you have to write an essay of 100 marks. And you have to write an essay of 100 marks. So UPSC is very notorious that they will give you the main essay paper very easy, but sometimes the 4 or 5 language essays are very tough. So this can also be asked in language essays. Okay. So see, This is the reason why you are listening to me as of today. आप मुझे क्यों सुन रहे हो? आप मेरी बातें क्यों समझ रहे हो? This is the reason why, because this is the perfection which I want from all of you. That where this question can be framed. Once you are comfortable with this analysis, then it will become very easy for you to understand how you need to proceed with this article. Now, how can this be asked in an essay? So in essay, this question can be asked from a policy perspective, in the sense that we all know that Himalayas are a fragile ecosystem. Even then, why we are having continued development on it. So this can be asked as a governance-based essay. Okay. This can also be asked as a planning-based essay. Okay. What should be the infrastructure impetus of India? Okay. This can also be asked as a management-based essay. Management. Okay. Joshimath, the only problem in Joshimath is management. So this can be asked as a management essay. Now, how this can be asked in GS paper 1? In GS paper 1, of course, you have the syllabus as important geophysical phenomenon of Earth. Important geophysical phenomenon like earthquakes. You all know Himalayas are in zone 4. Okay. Seismically, the most active belt of India. Himalayas are the youngest mountains of the world. They are still uplifting. So how can you have infrastructure over here? So this can be asked as a geophysical phenomenon. Okay. This can be asked in GS paper 1 from a societal perspective. Also. Societal perspective in the sense that you are residing in Joshimath. Let's say your entire family is residing in Joshimath from last 3 generations, and suddenly government comes and says you have to vacate your home now. What about your societal structure? What about your community structure? What about your societal aspirations? So forced rehabilitation due to climate change, forced rehabilitation due to natural calamities, forced rehabilitation due to governmental initiatives or due to infrastructural impetus is hampering the societal structure in the Himalayan ecosystem. Because Himalayan people, they are very social people. Okay, they are not like us. They are not having nuclear families. In the evening, they all come together. They celebrate all their festivals together. So how can this hamper the social harmony? This can also be asked from a societal perspective. Is everybody comfortable with this? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, so.
Yeah, then next, GS2. Okay, GS2, I don't think I need to elaborate this. Okay, from legislative point of view, from executive point of view, and from judiciary point of view, every aspect this question can be framed. Okay, this question can be framed from the role of community structure. Okay, like wherein, like right now, if you go to Joshimath, so communities over there are severely agitating, they are severely protesting against governmental initiatives. So role of community structure, role of civic society, ये तो आपके syllabus में directly mentioned है. Role of civic society, this can be directly framed as a question from that also. In GS paper 3, this question can be framed from Himalayan ecosystem perspective. Okay, in this you will have 3 dimensions. Okay, of course, the very first and important dimension will be town planning. Okay, in town planning, the most important heading will be environmental impact assessment. Whether before clearing any project, environmental impact assessment has been done or not. Okay, now a new concept is coming. It is called as strategic environmental impact assessment. So this is a new topic which is now being formulated, that we should go for strategic environmental impact assessment. So we can also have questions being from that. Okay. Second, this question can be framed from resource management. Resource management in the sense, okay, like you are constructing dams, you are constructing big hydel projects. You are doing this what? So that you can supply electricity to the rest of peninsular India. But is this resource management sustainable? Is this resource management sustainable? Okay. Is this resource management being done after analyzing proper costs? Costs of what? Two costs. Number first is of course the economic cost, and number second cost is ecological cost. Number second cost is ecological cost. Okay, so have you managed the resource over there properly? So it can be asked from resource management perspective. And the third part, which is all very important, it can be asked from a tourism perspective. It can be asked from a tourism perspective, that the capacity of Joshimath is that it can handle maximum of 9,000, 10,000 people. And during the Char Dham Yatra, roughly 5 lakh, 6 lakh people flock to those regions. So whether a fragile ecosystem like Himalayas can handle such increased burden of tourism, this can be asked from a Himalayan ecosystem perspective. Is everybody comfortable with this? Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Guys,
Yes,
keep on
sir.
speaking with me. Yeah. देखो, अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है that I'm going very fast or this is very high level, so please let me know. I will reduce my level. Is everybody following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Chalo.
Yes,
So,
sir.
this is your GS paper 3. How this question can be framed in GS paper 3. Now, GS paper 4. GS paper 4. The most important and the most interesting, you will be asked this question as case study.
Case study.
You will be asked this question as case study. Case study how? So let's say Asta is the collector of, like, is the resident officer in Jammu. So Asta is seeing that because of illegal constructions, because of illegal mining or boring, the land is subsiding. So should she report to the concerned authorities, or she should succumb to the political pressure? She should succumb to economic pressure. So it can be asked from a case study. Case study can again be either open-ended, it can either be again open-ended, or it can be closed-ended, This becomes very, very important. Either the case study can be open-ended or it can be closed-ended. And you can also be asked this from an ethical perspective, that was it ethical for government of India to neglect the fragile ecosystem and give its green signal to infrastructural projects? So this can also be asked from an ethical perspective. But guys, be very, very cautious. When answering from ethical perspective, you cannot go outside the constitutional ambits. You cannot go outside the constitutional ambits. Constitutional ambits means what? That you need to be highly diplomatic in your answer. That first, okay, it's like development is the future. Okay, infrastructure is the future. You have to develop infrastructure if you have to bring in the people from rural hinterland to urban hinterland. But that should not come at the increased cost of ecology. So you have to have a very fragile interlinkage between DPSPs, directive principles of state policies, versus the fundamental rights of the people. And plus you will also have to quote a little bit in regards to fundamental duties. Okay, it is not only the ethical duty, but also the moral duty of the people of the Joshimath, that they are not going for blatant economization of the society. That if you are a resident of Joshimath and you are feeling that paisa kamana hai, you have to earn money. So before consulting the government, you are constructing a 4-story hotel, you are constructing a 5-story hotel and just bribing the government officials over there. This you should not do. So ethical perspective se pucha ja sakta hai. And again, I told you, yeah.
Sir, please elaborate open-ended and close-ended, please.
Who is asking me? Jagriti. Jagriti, see, this will go into the ethics discussion per se. So let's not go into that. Open-ended and closed-ended will take up roughly 20 hours of discussion. Okay, so this is only 2 hours of discussion, so let's not go into that. Okay, open-ended. Okay, just
sir.
I will just comment. Like I will just give you one sentence answer. Are you feeling hungry or not?
No, sir.
Are you feeling hungry? No. So this is closed-ended. Open-ended. Will you be hungry at 1 p.m. in the afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? कैन इट बी नो ऑल्सो? मैंने आपको इतना ज्ञान आज दे दिया कि आपको भूख ही नहीं लगी आज, ठीक है? सो दैट इज ओपन एंडेड. Okay, so those are case studies which you can answer in yes or no. Closed ended which you cannot answer in yes or no, those are open ended. Got it?
Got it, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. So now see, मैंने जितने dimensions अभी तक discuss किए, now let us see those. Okay. Where is the town of Joshimath situated? Where is the town of Joshimath situated? At a height of 1670 feet, Joshimath is a busy town, population of around 23,000. Hotels hai, resorts hai. Okay. How vulnerable is Joshimath? So Joshimath's geological setting. This is from your GS paper 1 per se. Okay. Here you have tectonics of Joshimath. Okay, you have, it is built on the deposits of old landslide, which means the slopes are destabilized even by slight triggers. This is a zone 5. Okay, मैंने zone 4 बोला. There are two types of seismographic zonings of India. एक अलग स्कीम है, एक अलग स्कीम आती है. So as per the latest scheme, Joshimath comes in zone 4. Okay, ये पुरानी स्कीम का डाटा है. So latest scheme के अनुसार Joshimath comes in zone 4. You can follow any of the schemes, no worries. Okay, and as per India's seismic zonation scheme, denotes at the highest risk. It is the main central thrust. Okay, ये आपको geography के paper sorry, in your geography you have a folding and faulting. So उसमें आपको Himalayan faults पढ़ाई जाती है, MCT, MBT and HFF. So ये faults आपको पढ़ाई जाएगी. So this becomes a part of your GS paper 1 syllabus. Okay, then Joshimath is prone to extreme weather. Climatologically, Joshimath lies in the region which receives frequently high intensity focused rainfall. So this can be a part of GS1 also. This can be a part of GS paper 3 also. Climate change, global warming, and the consequent floods, flash floods, which will result into landslide, which will result into mudslides. The technical term for that is lahars. The technical term for that is lahar. Okay, mud lahar behti hai, so it's a technical term for that. Okay, then you have erosion in that area also. This is very important. And then you have committee over here. It was formed by MC Mishra committee in the year 1976. So this is sweet 30, 40, 50-year-old committee. So was government slipping up till now, or was government doing something? This can be asked from an ethical perspective. So you can have a ethical based case studies also. Then you have discussion on role of NTPC. वहाँ पे जो NTPC का plant चल रहा है, it is called as Tapovan Vishnu Ganga hydropower project. उसका plant है. Okay. And then what about the Char Dham project? Okay, Char Dham project क्या चल रहा था, कैसे चल रहा था, ये सारी चीजें. Okay. And then what are the other issues that have contributed to land subsidence? So you have handling of sewage. That buildings in the towns, including those owned by army, aren't connected to sewerage system and have soak pits instead. So आपके building का जो भी sewage आ रहा है, whatever sewage is coming from your building, it is not being dumped into a central sewage treatment plant, but आपके building के नीचे में, just below your building, you are having soak pits. So पूरा का पूरा पानी वहां पे जा रहा है. So if you are putting in sewage in the soak pits, it will lead to increased hydrostatic pressure in that area. Again, you will have land subsidence. Okay. So ये सारे issues आपको ये एक just one single article से आपको ये सारे issues मिल गए. So note making is very, very important. Now I'm giving you the 5-star data of how to make notes person. Is everybody comfortable? Shall I begin with the discussion of notes? How you should make notes of these articles?
Yes, sir.
How you should make notes of these articles? Okay, yeah. Now, see, notes आप कैसे बनाओगे? Okay, so you will make 4 file folders. You will make 4 file folders. You will make 4 file folders. Okay, 4 file folders in the sense of GS1, GS2, GS3, and GS4. And GS4. Okay, and this will be with regards to syllabus. ये सूरा आप कैसे लगाओगे? This will be with regards to syllabus per se. Okay, so you know in GS paper 1, what is the syllabus? GS paper 1, you have history, geography, and society. This is GS paper 1 syllabus. GS paper 2, you have polity, you have governance. Okay, you have vulnerable sections of India. Okay, vulnerable sections of India, and you have IR. ये 3 आपके सब heads है of GS paper 2. Okay. In GS paper 3, you have economy, you have agriculture, you have science and tech, you have environment, and you have internal security of India. And you have internal security of India. Okay. I'm giving you a very blatant, very basic scheme of indexing and very basic scheme of note making for your syllabus. Okay. In GS paper 4, you will have case studies. You will have case studies. Okay. You will have interview discussions. You will have interview discussions. Okay. Or anything which PM of India says, which President of India says. Okay. Or Vice President of India says. Okay. Because whatever those people will say, using their official power, that will be taken as the voice of India. So GS paper 4 mein aapka ye sirf aayega. So some of the PDFs I have shared, that is the dialogue of Pradhan Mantri Modi directly. Okay, like I still remember he gave one dialogue on the empowering the rural youth so that they contribute to agriculture and non-farm income. So whatever Modi ji is saying with regards to that, that becomes very important. I still remember there was one PDF, there was one article which Modi gave on the eve of handling of G20's presidency, that the future of globalization is human-centric globalization. The future of globalization is human-centric globalization. So वो सारा आपका जाएगा GS paper 4 में. So you will prepare this 4 file folders. आपके पास A4 size की सारी file folders रहेगी. Now, whatever article comes, like let's say this article I'm discussing, the article of Joshimat, you know that it is primary with regards to GS paper 3. So you are putting up this article of Joshimat in your file folder 3. ये आपने file folder 3 में डाल दिया. Now, how you are making notes of that particular article? Okay. How you are making notes of that particular article. This is very important. Focus on me very properly. You have to summarize the entire article in not more than 1 to 1.5 page. In not more than 1 to 1.5 page. Okay. Entire article in not more than 1 to 1.5 page. And this you will do for only the gist articles where I'm saying that you have to summarize. Where you have to summarize. In those articles which I'm saying that this is 5-star article, this is 5-star article, summarize. उसी का आपको 1 to 1.5 page notes बनानी है. Rest of the articles you don't have to make such detailed notes. वो notes कैसे बनाने हैं, that I will tell you. So now I have written on Joshimat article that it is, yes, it is a 5-star article. Kindly summarize. So what is expected from you? First of all, you will write. So let's say this is your A4 size sheet. Okay. This is your A4 size sheet. So you are writing the main question. Okay. What is the main issue? What is the main issue? What is the main issue? Okay. So in main issue, you have discussed these 3 things have happened in Joshimat. It is experiencing tectonic instability. It is experiencing subsidence. So because of this things are happening. Second is why it is sinking. Second, why it is sinking. So if you open up my article, so I have written why the land is sinking in Joshimat. 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5. This is what will save your time. ये जो मैं आपके लिए मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, जो मैं आपको जो भी आर्टिकल समराइज करके दे रहा हूँ, this is where you will have saving in your time, because you don't have to read the entire article. You have opened it. This I have written 5-star article, summarize. Finally, the issue came in text, probable question in mains. So why the land is sinking in Joshimat? You have 1 + 2 + 3 + 5. So you have directly gone over here. Number first is tectonics of Joshimat. So Joshimat, destabilized zone, zone 4, main central thrust, Vartica thrust. That's it. That is your first bullet. Second, extreme weather. You have heavy intensity focused rainfall. Third bullet, erosion. Then fourth bullet, you have coming down south. Here you have marked up the fourth bullet. Fourth bullet is that 85% of buildings and towns, including the army, aren't connected to sewerage system and have soak pits. ये आपकी fourth bullet बन गई. And fifth bullet, the 1976 Mishra Committee report had warned that these pits could create cavities between soil and boulders. So this is your fifth bullet. So you have opened it up. आपने notes का page बनाया. Why? Note number 1 is tectonics. Note number 2 is rainfall. Note number 3 is infrastructure. Note number 4 is erosion. And note number 5 is sewerage system. That's it. आपका 3/4 पेज में जोशीमठ क्यों सिंक हो रहा है, व्हाट इज द प्रेजेंट स्टेटस ऑफ जोशीमठ, ये आपको मिल गया ना. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, ओके, एनी कमिटी, यस, यू हैव मिश्रा कमिटी is of 1976. So in just 1 to 1.5 page you have written the main issue, you have highlighted why that is occurring, and any committee recommendation, yes, that committee recommendation also you have done. So now you are appearing for your mains. In your mains, directly you are having question on the fragile ecosystem of Himalayas. You have this 1.5 page write-up ready with you. आपने वो 5 points खुद से लिखे हैं. You are directly going and vomiting in your mains. That is the beauty of summarizing the. Is everybody comfortable with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shall I move ahead? Guys, are you
Yes, sir.
enjoying or are you getting bored?
Enjoying, sir. Very nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So this is how you should summarize the 5-star article. Now, rest of the articles, how you should summarize that I will tell you. Okay. So let's say I have opened up this article, entering a war of uncertainty. I have written over here, only read marked. Read in the sense, do you need to summarize this article? No. You have to only read it. Read in the sense that you have to develop a perspective. Challenges to India's security geopolitically, perspective-based article. Okay, this article is by N.K. Narayanan. जो मैंने आपको नाम दिया था. Okay, so this article is very, very important. Important for supplementing the answers. Okay, so if you read this article, okay, so the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which erupted in February 2022, has become a major disruptor of the existing order. Okay, in turn, it has led to one of the largest population shifts in modern times. In the hindsight, however, some of this could have been anticipated. Then, what possibly could not have been anticipated was the extraordinary display of Ukrainian nationalism, the swift response of the West, including the NATO and the US, in rallying behind Ukraine and extending military and other types of cooperation. So, ये article में आपको ध्यान में क्या रखना है कि चलो, the issue started with Russia and Ukraine. Everybody feared that Russia will capture Ukraine in just 1 or 2 weeks. But did that happen? No. What nobody anticipated, that extreme Ukrainian nationalism. You know the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky. So he came out with very astute nationalism. So this becomes an important case study for you also. That in the time of dire crisis, one person is stepping as a torchlight for the entire nation. And second, swift response of the West. You all know, West ने क्या किया? Russia पे sanctions लगा दिए. And third, including NATO and rallying behind Ukraine and extending military and other types of cooperation. So cooperation in what sense? Cooperation in terms of moral support, cooperation in terms of economic support, cooperation in terms of military support, and cooperation in terms for technology support, transfer of technology, and also cooperation in terms of medical support. Medical support the USA and Western nations are giving to Ukraine. So you have read this, you have kept this in mind, you are moving ahead. So anytime further, if you are having any article with regards to Indo-Ukrainian ties, and that article will surely come in 2 or 3 months' time. So in the background, in your mind, you are having this ready कि हाँ, Ukraine में geopolitical situation क्या थी, what happened in the last year, and how the Western nations supported the Ukraine. That's it. You don't have to summarize this at all. You have just kept this in mind. And guys, I know this is a bit difficult for you all. Okay. At this stage, it is difficult for you all. कि sir, हम लोग ये ध्यान में कैसे रखें, how we should do this. Hence, I'm providing you the PDFs. Up till now, since I've started, I have provided roughly 150, 160 PDFs so that you all have that PDFs with you. Okay. मैं आपको numbering दे रहा हूँ, मैं आपको ऊपर लिख के दे रहा हूँ so that you don't forget it. But believe me, guys, if you do this for 3 to 4 months, if you do this 3 to 4 months. In the 5th or 6th month, you yourself will call and tell us that this has benefited us. At this stage, it is difficult for you all to go on with the studies, but believe me, धीरे करके हम लोग level बढ़ाएंगे. You will start putting more data in your mind and you will be pretty comfortable. Okay, so मैंने आपको जो file folder बनाने के लिए बोला for summarization of articles, वो तो आप offline रख ही रहे हो, but online when you are getting this PDFs, आप इसको भी group करके रख रहे हो, GS1 में ये, GS2 में ये, GS3 में, GS4 में ये, so that you have working understanding what has come and not. So anytime future, if you have any article with regards to Indo-Ukrainian ties, you know that yes, this article has came, जिसने यूक्रेन की foreign policy का हमें, it has given us a hindsight as to how Ukraine's policy has evolved. Is everybody comfortable with this? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, see, I'm moving ahead to the south of this article. Increase defense budgets globally. Increase defense budget globally. Okay. Fallouts. Increased defense budgets are threatening to alter the nature of defense relationship and in turn what is pronounced as strategic autonomy. New strategic alignments could unsettle the current world order, putting paid to previous beliefs that in the virtue of non-adherence to particular bloc and ideas such as non-alignment. इसका मतलब क्या है? What is the crux of this? That right now Japan is going for increased defense production. Germany is also increased its defense production. So every country is going for more and more defense. So what will happen in the near future? जो block based mentality, block means that हम साथ हैं, that Japan and USA is together. So if any time China starts attacking Taiwan, can Taiwan solely rely on US or should Taiwan go for its own increased defense production? Yes, Taiwan should go for its own increased defense production. So जो block था Taiwan का and USA का, that block is no more functioning the way it was supposed to be. So now this will lead to non-alignment. जो non-alignment थी पहले से कि no, we are non-aligned. No, henceforth we are not non-aligned. We are developing our own industries. We are developing our own defense, and we are no more non-aligned. We are aligned on ourselves. We are aligned on not the help of others, but we are aligned on the helping ourselves only. If you want our help, yes, we will help you, but please don't talk about non-alignment. So see this line. New strategic alignments could unsettle the current world order. What was the current world order after disintegration of USSR? The world again became unipolar. But India supporting Russia, not supporting Russia, but India is not going against Russia also. So now Russia is getting increased support of India as well as China. So the world thought that it had become unipolar, but no, the world is not unipolar. Now the world is multipolar. Wherein every country is asserting its own dominance, putting paid to previous beliefs in the virtue of non-adherence to particular bloc. Putting paid in the sense पैसा देके अभी आप खरीद रहे हो. Okay, and ideas such as non-alignment. So what is now going to work is the economic fallouts of the war. Hence, I have written increased debates budgets globally, the fallouts of that war. So you have to just read this, keep in your mind, and move ahead. Now, another article, let's say I'm opening up, let's say this article. See, this is a very important article, missing doctors. Okay. CSE face 80% shortfall of specialists, show health ministry data. So see, I have written over here. This is very, very important data. Memorize. I have written over here. You have to memorize the data. Memorize the data of what? The report points out that there is a shortfall of specialized doctors, including surgeons. Surgeons का कितना shortfall है? 83.2. So I'm not saying that please memorize 83.2. You can approximate it to 80%. Okay. Gynecologists, you can approximate it to 75%. Physicians, you can approximate again to 80%. So if you average, so surgeons का कितना shortfall है? 80 का, physicians का 75 का, sorry, physicians 80 and gynecologists 75. Where? In the community healthcare centers. So you can use this data to supplement your answers for developing of tertiary, primary and secondary health infrastructure in India. Now this year budget mein you will have all this data coming. So budget mein agar koi health infrastructure pe nayi scheme aati hai, so you can use this data to supplement your answers. Okay. There are how many critical health infrastructures, community health infrastructures in India? Roughly 6,000. So roughly 6,000 community healthcare centers, and in that 70% surgeons की कमी है, sorry 75% gynecology की कमी है, 80% you have dearth of surgeons, and roughly 80% you have dearth of physicians. That's it. You have to just write this data in your file folder number 3, GS paper 3, because health will come in GS paper 3. That's it. So you have just written this as one-liner. You have just written this as one-liner. Whenever you are sitting for mains, you are revising your current affairs, आपने one-liner उठा के रख लिया. That's it. Okay. Requirements of specialist doctors in community healthcare centers has increased by 63%, whereas there is an increase of only 26.3 in actual number of in-position specialists. So gap कितनी है? Roughly 40%. So there is roughly 40% gap between demand and supply. So you just summarize this in your notes that there is a gap, demand supply gap of roughly 40%. Okay. And see, this is very, very important. Apart from specialist doctors, there is a shortage of women healthcare workers and auxiliary nurses, midwives up to 14%. So women specific gap kitni hai? Roughly 15%. So use this to supplement women employment. Use this to supplement women employment. So in your notes, in your file folder number GS paper 3, in your GS paper 3, file folder number 3, in your health sector, you are making a short headline news. What is that headline news? That the community healthcare centers have a dearth. They have a shortfall. Shortfall of whom? Of specialized doctors. Of specialized doctors. Specialized doctors कौन से? 3. Number 1, surgeons. Number 1 is surgeons. Surgeons का कितना shortfall है? Roughly 80. Number 2, gynecs. Number 2 is gynecs. Gynecs का कितना shortfall है? Roughly 75%. Okay. Number 3, you have general physicians. Physicians का कितना shortfall है? It is roughly 80%. Okay. What is the gap between demand and supply? The gap is roughly 40%. And how much dearth is there with regards to women, with regards to auxiliary midwives? Roughly 15%. So if you can absorb the agricultural surplus, unemployed women in this 15%, so you can ensure women and employment too. So that's it. Half a page summary of this is done and dusted. Is everybody comfortable with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is everybody comfortable with this? So this is how you need to make notes of articles. If you pick up any week's article, जैसे मैं आपको 1 week का article दे रहा हूँ, so in 1 week, I will ask you to summarize roughly 2 or 3 articles, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. So in 1 month, you will have summarization of roughly, like you are having, let's say 30 days. In 30 days, I'm asking you to summarize hardly 7 to 8 articles. So by the time you sit for your mains, you have summarization of at least 50 to 80 articles. Let's say 100 ले लो. 100 articles आपके खुद के summarized है before your mains. You have a data of with regards to every paper, GS 1, 2, 3, 4. हर एक paper का आपके पास data है. This you can directly vomit in your mains. And believe me, guys, when we sit for our mains, I have given 3 mains. Everyone, like Pratik sir has also given 3 or 4 mains. So whenever we sit for mains, The toppers, they carry these notes with them. They don't carry Vision 365. They don't carry insights on IAS. They don't carry IAS Baba. They carry what? They carry their file folders with them from which they keep on revising. From which they keep on revising and they put up the same data in your paper. Okay. So anybody wants to ask me anything else?
Firstly, sir, thank you so much for such a comprehensive session. It provided a lot of new insights about how to go about newspaper today. Sir, I wanted to ask, what is this? So I have not been preparing notes for, say, from month of, I've started preparing notes only after December. So should I go and now cover the backlog as well? Like, can you suggest a time?
That time, see, there is no time from mains perspective.
Like how much months of current affairs shall we cover?
Okay. Just let me do the screen sharing so that everyone benefits from this. Okay. Can everybody see the screen properly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So see, for mains, let us go for prelims, mains, and interview. For prelims, so let's say this year's prelims is on 28th of May. Am I right? This year's prelims is on 20th of May, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Calendar ke hisab se. Can everybody confirm this? Oh, it's on 20th of May, right? So 28th of May 2023. So for prelims, you have to start your current affair analysis from January 1st Jan 2022. You have to start your current affair analysis from January 1, 2022 for prelims perspective. Now, for prelims, what is important? For prelims, headline news are very important. Okay, headline news are very important. Okay, for prelims, complete coverage of economic survey. Okay, complete in the sense comprehensive coverage, not complete your budget. Okay, some chapters of India yearbook and magazines, but not all magazines. Okay, very small data. Magazines are more important from mains perspective, but thoda sa magazine ka data aapko zaruri hota hai. And survey and budget of year 2023. Okay, not 2023, not the last year, but the present year in which you will be giving your prelims. Okay, so let's say this year's mains is in September. Okay, September of 2023. Okay, so for mains, you have to summarize current affairs from roughly June of 2022 till 2023. This is how you should summarize the current affairs for mains. So who was asking me from where should I start my backlog?
I had asked it, sir. Bhanu.
Okay. So Bhanu, your backlog should start from roughly August of 2022. Your backlog should start from August of 2022 and it should go till August of 2023. So 1 year of this. That should be your backlog coverage.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Any other difficulty? I'm about to answer the most burning question for you all. Sir, whether do we need to revise, whether we need to do monthly current affair magazine or not? And everybody must be having the same question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now see, do you need to go for monthly current affairs magazine? Yes or no? My simple answer is yes. You need to go for monthly current affairs magazine. How much magazine? 2 institutes. How much magazines? 2 institutes. 2 institutes ke magazines. So 2 institutes in the sense, like let's say you are picking up Vision or you are picking up Insights. So 2 institutes aapne pick up kar liye. Do you need to go into the detail of the magazine? No. First of all, you need to do what? Indexing. Indexing of those magazines. Indexing in the sense, you open up the index, you see what all you have covered from your Hindu analysis. Because Hindu analysis will not cover your PIB. Hindu analysis will not cover your any governmental scheme jo recently launched hoti hai. Hindu does not cover the details of that scheme. So that will be covered in your monthly current affairs magazine. So indexing is very important. So first of all, you will go for indexing. You will see what you have done and what you have not done. So let's say you are picking up Vision 365. Okay. So आपने वो उठाया, आपने इंडेक्सिंग किया, आपने क्विकली मार्क कर लिया कि सर ये इंपॉर्टेंट है और ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, एंड दिस वी हैव कवर्ड फ्रॉम हिंदू. So rest of that you are reading. And next you have picked up insights on India. आपने insights का उठा लिया. So insights का भी आप indexing कर रहे हो, but how you are doing the indexing? You are doing indexing with regards to Vision 365. What all issues are covered in Vision that you will completely skip in insights. So what you will have with you all is complete current affair analysis of Hindu plus complete current affair analysis of two institutes. And इसके बाहर अगर क्वेश्चन आता है प्रीलिम्स में एंड मेंस में, if outside this the question comes in prelims and mains, so you are allowed to pick up the paper and tore the paper in middle and come home. Okay, nobody will expect you to answer current affairs outside this perspective. Is everybody comfortable with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And how to
sir.
revise them?
Okay. Yeah. And see, guys, any difficulty? Because I will be ending up this session now. Any other difficulty?
How to revise?
How to revise, Diksha? Diksha, revision, my simple answer will be it's up to you. I cannot say how you need to revise or you need to revise. The only answer I can give is you have to memorize. So either you can go for revision weekly, or you can go revision fortnightly, or you can go for revision monthly. Goal should be that whatever you have done, you have kept in your mind. I know it's difficult for you to start your journey from this angle. Abhi se start karna difficult hoga, but trust us, whatever material we are going to give you, whatever insights we are going to give you, it will help you in developing your mental acuity. That's the only answer. मेहनत से बचना नहीं है, मेहनत करनी है, but गधा मेहनत नहीं. You have to do smart work. Okay. Any other difficulty?
I think
Any other difficulty?
this was the most you can say most elaborate session with respect to current affairs, and most of you would have joined some or the other coaching institute, and at no other place you would have seen this before, such elaborate discussion of newspaper, how to deal with it. Is it right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It was so good and informative.
Yeah, so this is our approach. That is, the main aim is we want you to build yourself. Okay, we want you all to have your own critical thinking, rather than simply picking up any monthly current affairs magazine and trying to read data which someone has simply dumped it over there. We want you to develop your own thought process, because while writing mains answer, it is your thought process that reflects into the exam. And this problem which we have faced during our mains time, so we want you to learn from what mistakes that we did. Okay, because most of you might be knowing me as a mentor to Utkarsh Dwivedi, rank 5, and the main aim while mentoring him was whatever mistakes I did, I always ensured that he wo na kare. So here is at CSE Topper, we are going to ensure that, and in that approach only, we are going to help you provide the right information and right content that is valid for clearing this examination. So I want you all to share this with your friends, colleagues, okay? Because this is really going to help you in the long term with respect to your mains as well as with respect to your prelims. Fine. So do share this. So I think we should end this session because it is almost 2 hours and Pritesh sir also has other priorities. Fine. So thank you, Pritesh, for such a very in-depth knowledge. Yeah, this is way too in-depth because my 8 years of experience in old Rajendra Nagar, trust me, no one has shared this in such in-depth thing that each and every minute aspect about newspaper reading. No one will tell what is the importance of which page and all. Fine. So I hope this was fruitful to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chalo guys. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
taking your leave. The only answer, the only final comment I will say is work hard and smart. Okay. And there is no respite for hard work. You will have to do that, and you will have to स्क्रैम्बल योर ब्रेन, दैट्स इट। आपका दिमाग खराब होना चाहिए प्रिपरेशन में, अच्छा नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर आपका दिमाग स्टेबल है प्रिपरेशन में, इफ योर माइंड इज स्टेबल इन योर प्रिपरेशन, दैट मींस यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग प्रॉपर्ली। योर माइंड शुड एक्सप्लोड इन दिस प्रिपरेशन। ओके, चलो, so I guess you all have my contact on Telegram. Anything you want to ask me, you can ask me directly, you can call me also, but make sure that you call me in the working hour. Okay, chalo, so I will keep on taking such sessions. Any important articles I feel, I will keep on sharing with you, and shortly we will be starting with some of the modules also, which me and Pratik sir are working on with regards to mapping, with regards to prelims based. So we'll try to help you out in that way also. Okay, chalo, I will take up the leave. I'm stopping this meeting. And anything else, you can call me or you can text me. Okay, chalo, have a great day.
Thank you,
Study
sir.
hard as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pritesh.